What's up, loves? My name is Norvia, for all those that don't know. I'm 27. I'm a mother of two under two. And yeah, this is a pilot episode to start something great. I made a post the other day and I asked the girlies or the men, whoever, what my first episode should be about. And the comment that I got is Intra Norvia and getting to know me outside of social media, basically. Excuse me. Um, And I'm not gonna lie, when I first read that question, it was just, or read that response, I kind of got a little nervous because, if I'm being quite honest, I just got to know myself in this last year. I just got to know who I am or understanding me. And I say that because the me that I knew was operating in an unhealed state. The me that I knew was operating, my identity was based off of trauma. My identity was based off of past hurt. My identity was based off of wounds that were so deep that I never thought that I would heal from them. But in this last year, like opening up the door for God to heal things that I never thought I would heal from, it took a lot of it took a lot of work. It took a lot of pain. It took a lot of crying to even get here. And I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished evolving. So it's like getting to know me. There's so many layers to the person that I was. So it's like I am still getting to know myself. And it's crazy because when you choose to heal, when you choose to heal on purpose, like seriously heal, there are ways and things that have to expire, things that have to die on the inside of you in order for you to truly heal. Something I learned about myself is that in order for me to allow God or allow myself to really heal from these things, I have to bring the wounds back up. I have to literally rip off the band-aid. I have to unpack them in order for them to be touched. And in this past year, doing that has been a struggle because it's just like you have to go back to things you had deeply packed in. And for me, like coming to the realization that I was groomed, coming to the realization that people that love me molested me, coming to the realization that I was physically, verbally abused, coming to the realization that, there were things that took place with me in places with people that I have to look at every single day that are esteemed in the community and today, and I just have to exist still, So I can't say that I know who I am in fullness right now. I can say that I love who I'm becoming. I'm becoming a woman that is softer than I've ever been. I don't have this masculine wall up anymore. I don't have the desire to be the lead. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have the desire to even talk back. I don't really have it in me. Like, I play around, especially like with my siblings. But the bite that I used to have on the inside of me, like, the snapping, the anger, I don't really have that anymore. There is starting to fade, and I love that because I feel like I've been angry for 27 years, with things that I really never explained to anybody, that I really never took the time to talk to anybody about. I just held it in because I have always been the backbone to everybody that I know. I don't have recollection of a time that I was not the strong person. And I held that proudly, and I think that's the reason why I spent so much time unhealed, because I would never allow pride. It had to die. Pride had to die on the inside of me because I had to allow myself to be vulnerable enough to heal, but be vulnerable enough to unpack things, to talk about things that I never imagined myself really explaining to people. So when the question is asked, like, who am I? My answer is I don't know yet. My answer is I know who I'm not. I am not the angry Norvia that you knew. I am not the crash out Norvia that you knew. I am not the Norvia that is, unhinged in a bad way. I'm unhinged as far as like funny, kiki, haha, yeah. But I'm not the Norvia that tolerates anything. I'm not the Norvia that, needs attention from anybody. I don't need validation from the world. I am no longer insecure. And that is the best feeling in the world, to no longer have insecurities about who you are, what you look like, what you sound like what you think. Like I don't have insecurities anymore. I don't have that weight of being insecure anymore. I'm sure of myself. I'm sure of the identity that is building on the inside of me. Although, like, what's so crazy is when your identity is built in trauma, it's really hard and it's scary. I'm not going to lie. It's extremely scary to allow yourself to step into a new identity because it's like unfamiliar to you. You actually come to realize like you don't know your favorite color for real. You don't know the hobbies that you really like because all your life you have been either people pleasing or you have been attaching other people's identity to you in order to just feel anything, in order to just feel like you are somebody. Like when so many things happen to you that strip you of your divine identity, it's like you try to blend in but you stick out at the same time. I have been in situations and places with people that I had no business being, all because I really had no sense of identity. I had no sense of self. It was more so me just trying to exist, just trying to hold on, just trying to make it another day. And it's crazy. I'm thinking about the question. I'm thinking about the person asking the question. Beautiful person. And it's just like, I am getting to know Norvia. I am getting to know what I actually like, what I actually love. I'm getting to know what it feels like to actually be free, to not have a wall up, but to actually allow myself to be loved, to actually allow myself to not have insecurities, to be so sure about where I'm going in life, the type of mother that I'm going to be, the type of woman that I'm going to be. Although I am unsure of what it actually looks like, I know the type of qualities that I care to hold as that woman, the type of qualities I'm glad that I no longer hold. I told myself when I did this I wasn't going to cry, and I'm not, because although I have healed from a lot of things, I am super sensitive. I am in a super sensitive state, but I also am in an intolerable state. Like, I don't tolerate just anything. So although I am sensitive, I have now something I'm so proud about. Oh my goodness, y'all. Something that I'm so proud about that I used to not do is when somebody does something that hurts me or somebody does something that hurts my feeling, instead of swallowing it and not saying anything at the time, because mentally I don't like to be confrontational, because it's like I've always been told that oh, you're so extra, you're so sensitive, you're so confrontational, you always have something. No, it's not even that. It's just I don't like things being done to me, and then I don't say anything about it. But now if you do something, I'm gonna let you know. But I have learned to say it in a manner that is calm. I really didn't like the way that you did that. And I love that. I love that for me, because it's so freeing. Now I don't have to keep things packed down on the inside of me. I don't have to build up this this animosity towards any kind of person, because I allow myself to speak when things happen to me instead of holding it down. That is so freeing. I'm learning to try to not say but whatever. About me, it's I'm searching my brain, because I'm really getting to know myself day by day. I'm getting to know myself not only as a mother, but I'm getting to know myself as a woman. There are parts to my story that I am not going to yet reveal, but I may choose, I may not choose to reveal them. But just know I'm going to have a better answer to this question further down the line. I am excited to be alive. I'm excited to even have a sense of identity, although it's not, fully developed. it's not like waving in the wind. Like I am steadfast and unmovable, if that makes sense. Like I am sure about who I would never be again. I am sure about who I never be. I'm sure about the things that I will not deal with again. I'm sure about the ways that I will not speak again. I am sure about the ways that I will not allow myself to respond again. When the deaf, like, it's crazy because in the last year the word crash out, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, has been popular, and before there was even baby, if you know, you know. And I'm so proud of myself because I really look back over my life, dog. That's why I really go hard for God, because I think about the ways that I really used to be a crash out. Like I used to be terrible. Mentally. I was unhinged because I had so much packed down on the inside of me that sometimes it would spill all out at one time, and then I would swallow it all back. So it's just like, stay tuned to who Norvia is. Stay tuned. There's so many layers, so many backstories, and I may do a series of like just different stories, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna lie, some of those stories may involve your family members, may involve your partners, but it is what it is. It's my truth. It's my story. I love you. Thank you for being here with me. This is freeing. I like it. Oh, and lastly, I just want to say I want to genuinely apologize from the bottom of my heart from any person that I've ever hurt in my unhealed state. Although I have been through things in my life, it does not excuse my behaviors. It does not excuse the words that I used to use. It does not excuse the ways that I used to act. I have no excuse for it. Although I may have an explanation, it doesn't excuse it, because I should have chose to heal a long time ago. But if you choose to forgive me, thank you. If you choose not to forgive me, I still thank you, because I have to free myself and ask for forgiveness for anything that I've ever done to hurt anybody, because it was never my intention. It was always in the back of my head, like fighting for my life. But I realized that I have done things that have caused damage. And for that, I do genuinely apologize. And I love you, regardless if you think that I don't. I promise I do. No excuse still. I'm sorry to anybody that I hurt. Okay? That felt good.